Friday, the 5th of February 2016. The Regency Hotel, located in the quiet suburban area of North Dublin, is hosting a boxing weigh-in event that evening. A crowd of journalists, fighters and their entourages have gathered for the event, a precursor to a much-anticipated boxing match. The hotel, typically known for hosting weddings and corporate events, has been temporarily transformed into a bustling scene of excitement, noise and anticipation. It's a typical Friday night in the world of professional boxing. But inside, beneath the noise and excitement, a deadly plot is unfolding. As the boxing weigh-in takes place in one of the hotel's ballrooms, no one knows that just moments away from the action, a hit is being prepared. The target is David Byrne, a senior member of the Kinahan cartel, known for his involvement in the drug trade, money laundering, and violent activities in Dublin's criminal underworld. Byrne, 33 years old, was one of the Kinahan cartel's trusted lieutenants. He had been attending the weigh-in with the understanding that the event was a business opportunity, a way to strengthen ties within the boxing world, a front that the Kinahans had been using to launder money. Byrne, dressed in his usual sharp attire, had arrived in high spirits, preparing for the event that was set to take place later that evening. The hotel was crowded, full of familiar faces from the world of Irish boxing and organized crime. There was a buzz of anticipation in the air as the fighters made their way onto the stage for the weigh-in. The scene seemed innocent enough, with people mingling, taking photos and chatting about the upcoming match. But all the while, two armed men were moving into position. At around 2:30 p.m., as the weigh-in was getting underway, 4 gunmen, disguised as Gardaí, entered the Regency Hotel. They wore uniforms including balaclavas and armed with handguns, and their plan was set in motion. The hotel staff and guests, unaware of what was about to happen, continued with their day, thinking nothing out of the ordinary. The gunmen made their way past the security team, using the crowd as cover as they approached their target. David Byrne, who had been mingling in the hotel lobby, chatting with associates and catching up with friends, was unaware of the danger lurking just moments away. But the gunmen knew exactly where to find him. They had planned everything down to the smallest detail, timing their attack perfectly. As Byrne walked through the hotel's corridor, a gunman who had been positioned nearby spotted him and moved swiftly. The hit was a well-coordinated execution. One of the gunmen approached Byrne from behind, drawing his weapon and firing at close range. The first shot rang out, striking Byrne in the head. As he collapsed, another gunman fired 2 more shots, hitting him in the chest. The attack was quick, precise, and ruthless. The hotel, once filled with excitement and anticipation, was now plunged into chaos. People screamed and ran for cover as the sound of gunshots echoed through the hotel. Blood stained the floor near Byrne's lifeless body, and his associates scrambled to comprehend what had just happened. The gunmen, dressed as Gardaí, didn't waste a second. They immediately turned and ran toward the back exit of the hotel, vanishing as quickly as they had arrived. Their escape was as smooth as their attack. By the time the chaos in the hotel had reached a fever pitch, they were already out of sight, leaving only confusion and fear in their wake. The immediate aftermath of the shooting was nothing short of chaotic. Security cameras within the hotel had captured the gunmen entering the venue, but the police and hotel staff were caught off guard. Hotel employees rushed to the scene while others tried to manage the panicked crowd. But it was too late. Byrne was already dead. The police were called, and within minutes Gardaí arrived at the Regency Hotel. They sealed off the area, keeping bystanders away from the crime scene, and began gathering evidence. But despite the large police presence, the killers had long since disappeared into Dublin's streets. The gunmen's identities were unclear, and no one knew for sure who was behind the shooting. The only thing that was certain was that the attack had been meticulously planned and carried out with military precision. Inside the hotel, guests and staff were left in shock. Many had witnessed the violence firsthand, some unsure if they would be next. The scene, usually one of celebration, had become a chilling reminder of the brutal violence that could erupt at any moment in Dublin's Gangland. David Byrne's execution had been quick, but its impact was far-reaching. As the police investigated the scene, forensic teams combed through the hotel, gathering evidence and talking to witnesses. But with the gunman having escaped without a trace, the investigation was always going to be difficult. Despite the hotel's security footage and witness accounts, the shooters remained anonymous, their identities and motives shrouded in mystery. What made the Regency Hotel shooting particularly shocking was the brazenness of the attack. It wasn't just a crime, it was a spectacle, carried out in a public space and witnessed by numerous people. This wasn't the work of a small-time gangster. It was the calculated execution of a high-ranking member of Dublin's criminal elite. David Byrne's death sent shockwaves throughout the city and within the underworld, confirming that the feud between the Kinahan cartel and the Hutch family had reached a terrifying new level. As the dust settled on that fateful Friday afternoon, one thing was clear. The Regency Hotel shooting was not just an act of violence, it was a message, and Dublin's criminal world would never be the same again.